गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदा नन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदा नन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे जय राधा रास बिहारी राधे जय गौरांगी बैंगलोरीश्वर गौरांगी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय अनंत देव प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय अनंत देव जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकचार्य स्तोत्र शत। His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Sanstapakacharya, BBD Sanstapakacharya, Savior of the whole universe, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Stotra Shata. His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। द्वारिका धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। कावेरी माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। निताय गौर 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 प्रेमानंदे। हरि हरि बोल। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories and glories and glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतं सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्कुलङ्गायतें क्रीं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. I welcome all the devotees to this morning session of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we continue our conversation from the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Interesting conversations happening, and today we're going to read from the 24th chapter. 24th chapter is titled Chanting the Songs Sung by Lord Shiva. And the verse numbers that we are going to discuss is 8, 9, and 10. So allow me to share my screen. Okay. Cool. We'll start with the 8th verse. Havirdana da virdani vidurasuta satsutam bahir sadam kayam shuklam krishnam satyam jitarvritam harivarshadana danavirdani vidurasuta satsutan bahirshadam gayam shuklam krishnam satyam jitavritam harishdvana dhavirdhani vidurasuta satsutam bahirshadam kayam shuklam krishnam satyam jitavritam. Word to word translation. Havirdana from Hanivardhana. Havirdhani, the name of the wife of Harivardhana. Havirdhana, sorry. Vidura, O Vidura. Asuta gave birth. Sat, 6. Sutan, sons. Bahirshadam, of the name Barhisat. Gayam, of the name Gaya. Shuklam, of the name Shukla. Krishnam of the name Krishna, Satyam of the name Satya, Chittavritam of the name Chittavritam. Translation. There's no purport to this verse, so we will just read the translation. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Havirdhana, the son of Maharaj Antaradhana, had a wife named Havirdhani, who gave birth to 6 sons, namely Harisat, Gaya, Shukla, Krishna, Satya, and Jitavrata. Let's go to the 9th verse. Harisat Sumahabhago Harivardhani Prajapita Kriya Kandeshu Nisnato Yogeshu Cha Kurudva Pahirsata Sumahabhago Harivardhanim Prajapita Kriya Kandeshu Nisnato Yogeshu Cha Kurudva Pahirsat Sumahabhago Havirdhani Prajapita Kriya Kandeshu Nisnato Yogeshu Cha Kurudvaha. Whatever translation for the 9th verse. Harisat, of the name of Harisat, Sumahabhaga, very fortunate. Havirdhani, of the name Havirdhani. Prajapita, the post of Prajapita. Kriya Kandeshu, in the matter of fruitive activities. Nisnatha, being merged into. Yogeshu, in the mystic yoga practices. Cha, also. Kurudvava, of the best of Kuru. Vidura. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The great sage Maitreya continued, my dear Vidura, Havirdhana's very powerful son named Harisat was very expert in performing various kinds of fruitive activities, and he was also expert in the practice of mystic yoga. By his great qualifications, he became known as Prajapati. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In the beginning of the creation, there were not many living entities, and consequently, the very powerful living entities or demigods were appointed as Prajapatis in order to beget children and increase the population. There are many Prajapatis. Brahma, Daksha, and Manu are sometimes known as Prajapatis, and Harisat, the son of Havirdhana, became one of them. Go to the 10th verse. Yasyedam devayagnam anuyagnam vritadvuta prachirangai kusherased ashatram vasudatalam yasyedam devayagnanam anuyagnanam vitanvuta prachiragri kusher asid astaram vasudatalam Yasyedam devayagnam anuyagnam vitanvata prachir grahe kusher asid ashritam vasudatalam. Whatever translation to the 10th verse. Yasya, whose, idam, this, devayagnam, satisfying the demigods by sacrifices, anuyagnam, continually sacrificing, vitanvata, executing, Prachinagrahi, keeping the Kusha grass facing towards the eastern side. Kushai, the Kusha grass. Asit, remained. Ashritam, scattered. Vasudha Talam, all over the surface of the globe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Harisat executed many sacrifices all over the world. He scattered Kusha grasses and kept the tops of the grasses pointed eastward. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. As stated in the previous verse, Kriya Kandeshu Nisnataha. Maharaj Harisat dived very deeply into the fruitive activities of sacrifice. This means that as soon as he finished one yajna in one place, he began performing another yajna in the immediate vicinity. At the present moment, there is a similar need for performing Sankirtan Yajna. All over the world, the Krishna consciousness movement has started performing Sankirtan Yajna in different places. And it has been experienced that wherever Sankirtan Yajna is performed, many thousands of people gather and take part in it. Imperceptible auspiciousness achieved in this connection would be continued all over the world. The members of the Krishna consciousness movement should perform Sankirtan Yajnas one after another, so much so that all the people in the world will either jokingly or seriously chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And thus they will derive the benefit of cleansing the heart. The holy name of the Lord, Hare Nama, is so powerful that whether it is chanted jokingly or seriously, the effect of vibration, this transcendental sound, will be equally distributed. It is not possible at the present moment to perform repeated yajnas as Maharaj Parishat perform, but it is within our means of performing Sankirtan Yajna, which does not cost anything. One can sit down anywhere and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If the surface of the globe is overflooded with chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, the people of the world will be very happy. Om Tat Sat. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport to Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 24, chapter titled Chanting the Song Sung by Lord Shiva, and the text numbers are 8, 9, and 10. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurudmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lagunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswata Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for joining us in this morning session. We will continue the conversation. And this conversation is all about the family where there is another Prajapati who's taking birth and he has been empowered. So there are many other Prajapatis, Daksha, Manu Maharaj, Brahma, they're all called Prajapatis. And who's a Prajapati? Who expands the population. And here, Maharaj Varishat was actually engaged in the Karma Kandi activities. He was continuously performing the Yajna. Just finish one Yajna, take over another one. Just finish the Yajna, take over another one. Now, what is the purpose of a Yajna? Yajna is to please the Yajna Purusha. And who's Yajna Purusha? Yajna Purusha is Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Krishna is the Yajna Purusha. And to satisfy him, we have to perform Yajnas. Yeah. And Maharaj Bharisat was performing this Yajnas, but for a different purpose. In the current situation, we cannot do such Yajnas in Kali Yuga. It's not possible for us to perform the fire sacrifice. There are many things involved into it. Why do we say that it is difficult or it is not possible or it is better to perform the Sankirtan Yajna? So the reasons are very many, but a few important reasons would be because in the material world, we don't get good brahmanas who can actually chant the mantras very clearly. It's not possible because everybody here is contaminated. And you don't get brahmanas who can actually pronounce the mantras properly in the pitch that it should be presented, in the volume that it should be presented, at a speed which is to be presented. So you don't get brahmanas. So that's the basic quality, because brahmanas perform the yagyas. And if you don't have good brahmanas or qualified brahmanas, you cannot perform yagyas. Secondly, you don't have qualified yajman. Yajman is the person who is actually performing uh, or organizing the yagyas, the main person behind the yagya. So you don't have proper yajman. Yajman, now these days you see, you ask people to sit in the yagya, 30 minutes, their knees will start aching. They can't sit for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And many times they keep asking the brahmana who's performing, how long will it take? कितना देर लगेगा और कब तक पूरा हो जाएगा? It is even so uh, bad that, when we are performing the marriage yagyas, the boy is prompting uh, the brahmana to say that thoda jaldi kar dijiye na, because they're not able to sit at that young age. They're not able to sit down on the ground. So you don't find proper brahmanas who have to sit for hours together in a posture which is important. They have to have an upright posture, and also think of the Lord while they are doing the yagya there. So that's the second disqualification that we have. We don't have brahmanas, we don't have good yajman or proper yajmans who are there. The third thing is you don't get anything pure. Uh, you don't get the yajna samagri, which is important for offering the oblation into the fire sacrifice. It can include anything, starting from ghee to the firewood to everything that goes into the yajna, because you don't get them pure. So it is very difficult to perform a yajna. And again, there's another thing, which is the cost of the yajna. The cost of yajna has become so expensive. If we have to do an elaborate yajna like the ones that were happening in the previous yugas, it's impossible for us, for somebody who's literally very wealthy also, it is impossible for him to perform those yajnas, because after every yajna, there's a lot of preparation that goes before the yajna. There's a lot of work that happens at the yajna, and after the yajna also, there are a lot of things that have to happen. You have to feed so many brahmanas, you have to give so many cows in charity, you have to feed so many people after the yajna is done, and then finally the yajman or the person who's organized all of that can take the prashadam. But this is not possible because the cost is very high. So it is discouraged that we perform any yajnas in this material world. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, 10th verse, it is said, Manda Subandha Matayo, Manda Bhagya Upadhrita. Now, the verse goes saying that, O learned one, in this age of Kali, almost men are always have very short lives. Yeah. They are quarrelsome. They're always fighting with each other. They have enmity with everybody that you see around. They're lazy. They don't want to do anything. They're misguided because there are so much of bombardment and we start seeing so many things. So they're actually misguided. They don't know which direction to go because there are no pure devotees or pure brahmanas who can guide them into that direction. They're unlucky. Unlucky in what sense? We are all actually unlucky being here in the material world. But at the same time, as devotees, we have to make the best use of the worst bargain that we have got. So we are unlucky being in the material world, but at the same time, as devotees, we are very lucky that we have got in connect with the Vaishnavas. We've got connected with the holy name of the Lord. We've got connected to the Lord through the parampara. So in one sense, we are unlucky, but in the other sense, we are actually very lucky that unlike the others, we've at least got the Krishna consciousness where we can practice and move it. And above all, they're always disturbed. Yeah. You think of chanting the holy name of the Lord in the morning when you take your japamala and sit, while you are chanting your rounds, but your mind is going elsewhere and you're disturbed. You're saying, oh, I could not finish this yesterday. I could not meet this person. I could not do this. And then you're always thinking of what has happened in the past, what you've not been able to do, or what has not really gone right as per your expectations. And you're thinking, what do you do in the future? Okay, once the class is over, once my chanting is over, then I'll have to have breakfast and rush to the office. Or the mothers will have to, finish their chanting and go into the kitchen and start cooking. They have to catch up with the home chores and so many other things. So the mind is not stable. We're always thinking, thinking, thinking. The japa is not happening properly. So one has to focus very intensely on one's japa if one has to progress in a spiritual life, because it's a human nature. In Kali Yuga, we are all disturbed. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada says in the last verse that we read, the 10th verse, he says, Harinam Sankirtan is the only way. That is the only probability that we have to do in this Kali Yuga. He says, whether you are happy or you're in sadness, you have to chant the holy name. Yeah. Many times people say that what in sadness you have to chant the holy name. So it is also said that, when you go, if somebody leaves their body and then you go to cremate the body, there also in the Shamshan, it is not a very great place to, to be around. But you are there because you have to attend the cremation. There also you can chant the holy name. Though the atmosphere is sad, when somebody leaves, there are two things that one needs to really understand. When one leaves the body, it is sadness that the family will miss that person. And especially as devotees, we're going to miss their association. So that is the sadness that we have. And the happiness on the other side, one has to think is, yes, he's completed his work in this material world, and the devotee is going back home, back to Godhead, and he's going to continue, or she's going to continue his or her service in Golok Vrindavan. But we take the example of being the sadness. Sadness is while going for cremation. There also you can chant the holy name. And when you're happy, you're in the temple, you're seeing the deities, we all jump, chant, and sing the holy name of the Lord. So whether it is in happiness or in sadness, we have to always chant the holy name of the Lord. Every second, somewhere in the world, there is a chanting of the holy name happening. There's absolutely no question of anything that it is not happening continuously. Like the example of Maharaj Bharisat is given, saying that he'll complete one, he'll go to another one. He'll complete another one, he'll go to the third one. He'll complete the third one, go to the fourth one. So in that way, on a Karma Kandi platform, he was continuously going on and on and on. So what happens is, when we see Srila Prabhupada has given us this wonderful movement, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, he himself said, my holy name will be heard in every town and village. And when he said that, every town and village, he meant literally it. Today you see, because of the mercy of the Acharyas and Srila Prabhupada, we have devotees across the world. You go wherever you want to go, and there you will find a devotee. And because of the time zone differences that we really have, somewhere or the other, when it is midnight here, there is some early morning somewhere where devotees are chanting. When there it is night, here devotees have early morning, so we are chanting. So every second, there would be a devotee who's chanting the holy name of the Lord somewhere in the world. Yeah, even if it is night here, you think there's nobody chanting, but in the other parts of the world, there's morning, so they keep chanting. It is said, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdana, Tatra Sarir Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvanitair Matir Mama. So this is the last, at the end, Krishna speaks this verse. And he says, wherever there is Krishna, wherever the holy name of the Lord is sung, wherever is Krishna, yeah, and the master of mistakes, of all mistakes. And wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, morality. This is my opinion. Krishna is saying this in the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So how can we relate it? We relate it this way. Wherever there's Krishna, Krishna is non-different from Krishna's holy name, right? When we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is non-different from Krishna. So wherever there's Krishna, so wherever there's holy name of Krishna, and wherever there's Arjuna, we talk about Arjuna. Who was Arjuna? Arjuna was the greatest devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So wherever there's Arjuna, Arjuna means any devotee who's there. Yeah, Arjuna was the other quality of Arjuna in this particular verse that is quoted. It says he was a supreme archer. Yeah. So if there is a Krishna, where there is holy name, and there is Arjuna, where there is devotee, there will always be opulence. There will always be victory. There will be extraordinary power and morality. So, wherever we are chanting the holy name of the Lord, these three things come by default. Krishna is coming, the devotees are chanting, you are chanting, you are a devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's how the positivity is created. That's how auspiciousness is created. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Madhya Leela, in the 22nd chapter, 31st verse, it says, Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Haya Andhakar. Yaha Krishna, taha nahi Mayara Adhikar. So it says, wherever there is Krishna, Krishna is compared to sunshine, and Maya is compared to darkness here. So wherever there is sunshine, wherever there is Krishna, there cannot be darkness. So if Krishna is present, Maya cannot be there. Maya has to run away from there. And as soon as one takes up to Krishna consciousness, that is chanting of the holy name of the Lord, the darkness of illusion, whatever we are thinking, the illusion that we have, I'm this body, I'm so and so, all these designations, all that illusion, the influence of the external energy, what we call it as, will be immediately vanquished. So the holy name of the Lord is so potent. There's so much of unhappiness in the world. Everybody is unhappy. Every person is unhappy. Just look around, yourself. Though they would have put up a big smile on their face, yeah, there's so much of unhappiness. Yeah, you may see a hoarding saying that, there's a boy and a girl or a family smiling happily. But then have you gone? That's only for that momentary when they take the picture. But in their life, if you really go deep into it, nobody's happy. It is just illusion that is shown to us, saying that if you use so-and-so product, you will be so happy. If you use so-and-so service, or if you go to this destination, you will be happy. There's absolutely unhappiness in this material world, except for chanting of the holy name of the Lord. You can get happiness only when you chant the holy name of the Lord, or when you are associating with the devotees, or when you are visiting the holy dham, or when you are associating with the great Vaishnavas. So other than that, there's absolutely no happiness. And when we think of only sense gratification, our minds will be polluted. And when we are only thinking of material happiness, we are always unhappy in our mind. Yeah. And when we are unhappy in our mind, it pushes you to do more bad things. So the starting is also bad, and it pushes you to do more bad things. So it is very important that the pollution of the mind should stop. And how does the pollution of the mind stops? We should control our senses. All the senses that we have can be utilized in the service of the Lord. So that is control of the senses. When you control the senses, your mind will not be polluted. And when your mind is not polluted, you are in happiness. And when you are happy in the mind, it pushes you to do more good things. See the correlation that it goes. Yeah. And it is not possible to control the mind. Arjuna himself says on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he says, Krishna, I can I can control the wind. I can control my Gandiva. I can control anything possible. But this mind which I have cannot be controlled at all. And what is the best medicine for control of the mind? It's the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even while we are doing our spiritual activities, we are not able to do it properly. We are dragged by the uncontrolled senses that we have. And we see this very popularly in our own society. Harinam is so powerful that it will cleanse the heart and remove all the prarabdha karma. Many times we think, why am I suffering? It is because of some prarabdha karma of the previous lifetimes. There could be some karmas of this lifetime also which you will be suffering. And that is the reason that we suffer. And Harinam actually removes the prarabdha karma of a human being. In the karma kandi work that we do in the society, it destroys our papa karma, but does not destroy the bija kuta that we have. The seeds are still there. You cannot destroy the bija which is there, the seed which is into the ground. So now you see in summer season, what happens is, everything is dry and you see the grounds to be plain. There's no green grass. And as soon as it rains, you'll see small, plants sprouting up, things sprouting up. What do you think? There is no seed there? There is seed already there. Seed cannot be just destroyed. It's just that because of the heat, the plants are all dried up. the grass is all dried up. The moment there is rainy season, there's a little shower, then the seeds comes out. It actually comes from our sanskar, which are sitting in our heart. And this can be destroyed only by desiring to serve the Lord. The sanskar cannot be destroyed. It can only be kind of dovetailed by the desire that we have to serve the Lord. So actually, Harinam removes this from the root. It actually removes the weeds, the seeds which are there as weeds in our heart. There's a very, very simple example. If you have seen the seeds, if you either fry them or boil them, put it in a hot water, it'll never it'll never germinate. You'll never get a plant out of it. So likewise, you see in the bamboo forest, when there is a fire which catches. In bamboo forest, how do they catch fire? They touch. There's a friction that happens. And so senses touch each other. This is what is a comparison, corollary which is given, that they burn. But at the same time, a little rain, it'll bring back the plants and the trees. The bamboo trees will start growing again. So our senses will destroy us. At the same time, a little shower of rain, it is like the rain is compared to the Harinam. A little rain there, Harinam rain, then it'll again bring back the plants and the trees and they'll start growing. So when we put a little bit of water, a little bit of Harinam into our bhakti, it will grow. So it has to wait for the proper time to grow, to fructify. So the rain of Harinam will actually fructify our bhakti. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 12th canto, 3rd chapter, 52nd verse, it says, Kritete dhyayato Vishnum, Tretaya yagnato makani, Dwapare parichayaya, Kalautat harikirtanam. What does it say? Whatever is the result obtained in the Satyuga by meditating on Lord Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwapar Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained very simply in Kali Yuga by just chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So much so is spoken about this holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that it has so much of power and so much of potency. In Srimad Bhagavatam, again, Canto 12, which we are just discussing, third chapter and 51st, just the previous verse says, Kaler dosha nite rajan, asti ho eka mahaguna. There's a lot of dosha in this Kali Yuga. Yeah, but there's one mahaguna. Kirtana devasya Krishnasya mukta sangha param vijet. It says, although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, which we all notice it, we see it in our daily life. People are lying, people are murdering, people are killing, they are over egoistic, they want all the money, they want to accumulate so much of wealth. So these are all the faults that one has to have. It is said one should have only so much that he requires to ensure that his body is maintained. His body and soul are together. Yeah. So in this Kali Yuga, it's a complete ocean of faults. There's still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from all material bondage and can be promoted to the transcendental platform. That's the underlining, or that is the punchline, which says you will be free from the bondage of the material world and you'll be promoted to the transcendental kingdom of the Lord. So, yeah, we are also disturbed, as I mentioned to you earlier. 30 seconds also we can't chant our japa properly. But this japa, whatever we are chanting, initially inattentively, but over a period of time, with our desire which is there in our heart to serve the holy name of the Lord, we are able to chant. Guru and Krishna and all the Vaishnavas will give us that bhakti, that we chant the holy name of the Lord properly, and then we start enjoying it. And once we start enjoying it, we focus on our chanting. And once the chanting becomes perfect, then sky's the limit. When we say sky's the limit, going back home, back to God, it is very easy. Then one gets promoted to the transcendental kingdom. and he is free from the material bondage. In Bhagavad Gita 9.4, Krishna says, Satatam kirtayanto mam yantanastaduravrta namayantasya cha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Always chanting my, always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. Before me is Krishna. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. That is what happens when you start taking up the holy name of the Lord. There's a very nice story that I would like to narrate today. This is during, soon after Mahaprabhu wrapped up his material, his pastimes in the material world, pastimes on Earth planet. They were all very sad. What was happening, did not know how to go ahead. They were all very sad. So Janava Mata is the good wife of Nityananda Prabhu. And she gets a dream saying that there's a beautiful deity of Gaurnatai. This is in Keturi Gram. And this is basically to highlight the story is basically to highlight the potency of the Harinam. Yeah. So she gets a dream saying that there's a house in certain such village, which is kind of a big house, where the deities are available, but there's a problem. There are cobras all over the place, and it's not one or two cobras. It's a cobra house, and there are thousands and lakhs of cobras available. Nobody even dares to go near that village. What happens is, even if they go near the village, the venom is so solid that people get killed there with that venom of the cobras. And Janava Mata, when she gets this dream, she says, no, I have to go and, get the deities of Gaurnatai. So she goes there and tells this owner of this place, owner of this house. He says, no, please don't try that, Janava Mata, because there are so many venomous cobras. Even if they hiss, you will die because of the poisons that they have. So they are so kind of venomous. But she says, no, there's nothing. I will try. And she starts chanting the holy name of the Lord as she starts going near to the house, near to this house where the deities are stored as far as her dream is concerned. So she starts chanting the holy name, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And as she starts going near, all the cobras start just going out of that house. And they go nowhere. Nobody knows where they went. So this is the potency of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that even the most venomous person will go away if they hear the holy name of the Lord. Yeah, they will not come closer to you. They will not bite you. They will not hiss at you. So that's the background of this. But then there's much more to it. The deities are then retrieved from there, and then they celebrate the first ever Gaura Purnima festival. And in this Gaura Purnima festival, Janava Mata actually takes the lead of cooking, serving. And then we have Narottam Das Thakur, the great devotee of the Lord. He actually sings the kirtan, and Srivas Acharya actually leads the aarti. And before they start the kirtan, Narottam Das Thakur is asked to actually lead the kirtan. So they do a big puja for all the instruments, and then there is a team of devotees which is formed to lead the kirtan, to follow the kirtan, to play the instruments and all that. And it is said that while this holy name of the Lord is being sung, all the Panchatattva and all the acharyas actually come there physically, and everybody could see it. Sometimes you hear that one person could see the Lord, but the other person could not see because he's not purified or qualified, kind of thing. But in this first ever Gaur Purnima, which was celebrated under the guidance of Janava Mata, everybody could see the Panchatattva there. Everybody could see all the acharyas who had assembled there. This is after wrapping up their activities on earthly plan. So they come back again to be amongst with the devotees. So then onwards, the Gaur Purnima festival started. So just giving you a little background, that then onwards, this was the first Gaur Purnima festival which was celebrated. But the background is saying that to retrieve the deity, Janava Mata chanted the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then the venomous snakes went away, and they celebrated the first ever festival of Gaur Purnima. So this is the power. Time and again, Srila Prabhupada and most of the there are two very important things that really go in every book of Srila Prabhupada, whether it is Srimad Bhagavatam or it is Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita or even the smaller books that Srila Prabhupada has published. He's put in so much of efforts to write. There are two things that he is always hammering, I would say, is saying that you're not body, you're the spirit soul. Wherever you see, somewhere in the subtle form or on the gross form, you'll find Srila Prabhupada very clearly mentioning that you're not this body, you're a spirit soul, you're not this body, you're a spirit soul. Okay. The second thing that Srila Prabhupada majorly mentions, I'm saying a lot of time, most of the time, his chanting, he says focus on the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Remember the Lord, serve the Lord. So chanting has got so much of importance in our life that one should chant incessantly, very nicely, very focusedly their rounds on a regular basis. And then we can all actually go out of this material world. All our prarabdha karmas can be burned, and then we can go back to the transcendental world where there is absolutely happiness. There is no distress at all in the transcendental world, Golok Vrindavan, which we call it as. So I've just read the purport for my own benefit for the 10th verse. Let me share it with all of you as well on the screen. Let's read the translation and the purport as well. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Varisat executed many sacrifices all over the world. He scattered kusha grasses and kept the tops of the grasses pointed eastward. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. As stated in the previous verse, Kriya Kandeshu Nisnataha. Maharaj Bharisat dived very deeply into fruitive activities. This means that as soon as he finished his one yajna in one place, he began performing another yajna in immediate vicinity. At the present moment, there is a similar need for performing Sankirtan yajna all over the world. The Krishna consciousness movement has started performing Sankirtan yajna in different places. And it has been experienced that wherever Sankirtan yajna is performed, many thousands of people gather and take part in it. Imperceptibly, imperceptible auspiciousness achieved in this connection would be continued all over the world. The members of the Krishna consciousness movement should perform Sankirtan Yajna one after the other, so much so that all the people in the world either jokingly or seriously chant the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And thus they will derive the benefit of cleansing the heart. So the point here Srila Prabhupada is drawing is whether somebody chants it seriously or somebody chants it jokingly, because many times our devotees, when they go, there is a Hare Krishna going. Hey, Hare Krishna, come here. Hey, Hare Krishna, how are you? See, they are chanting jokingly, but still they get the benefit of chanting the holy name of the Lord. The holy name of the Lord, Hare Nam, is so powerful that whether it is chanted jokingly or seriously, the effect of vibrating this transcendental sound vibration will be equally distributed. It is not possible at the present moment to perform repeated yajnas as Maharaj Bharisat performed, but it is within our means to perform Sankirtan Yajna, which does not cost anything. One can sit down anywhere and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If the surface of the earth is overflooded with chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, people of the world will be very happy. So that's the punchline. People will be very happy when you have, the Hare Krishna being chanted all over the world. So I will complete my discussion on this. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them. At the same time, if there are any clarifications, please make them. And if I have done some errors or committed any anything wrong, please go ahead and point out. I'll be happy to accept it. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Govardhan Prabhuji,
Thanks,
Dandavats.
thanks for a very wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, like just for my understanding, like the Prajapatis were given the that they have to see that the population get increased and everything. So, and even we living entities, we are brought in here because we disobeyed. We wanted to own our like wanted to be owner of. So, how to understand this contrary, Prabhuji? One is there increase the population, one is coming here. So, how do we? There's a confusion in my mind. Can you clarify this? I hope you understand my question.
Prabhu, one thing is the very nice question. That's the most important part of it. I think sometimes we miss this underlining importance of certain areas of discussion which comes in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. But you've rightly pointed out saying that the responsibilities of the Prajapatis is to procreate. Their responsibility is to increase the population at that particular time because there were hardly any population, right? So they were doing their responsibility, and that's the responsibility given to them by Krishna. So we all understand that demigods are all wonderful Vaishnavas, and they are basically departmental heads. And likewise, Prajapatis are, taking care of their department, which is to increase the population. So that's one part of it. They are executing the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. On the contrary, in the material world, your question says we are also looking for money. We are also having our families, and we are, working very hard and all of that. So what happens is, it is also very clearly said in Bhagavatam saying that if one is looking at expanding his family, the responsibility lies on both the husband and the wife. At an auspicious time, they should think of procreating. And when they think of procreating, the auspiciousness is very important. At the same time, their mind and their body should be very clean. That is another thing. And we should never think of procreating for sense gratification. We should only think of procreating for expanding the Krishna conscious family. So for devotees, that is more important, saying that, we procreate so that our children can also take up to Krishna consciousness and they become devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that should be kept at the back of their mind. Procreation is not for our own sense gratification. Procreation is for expanding a Krishna conscious family, and always keep that at the back of the mind, saying that what I'm doing is for the service of the Lord. So procreation is also service to the Lord. If we are procreating for the service of the Lord, for begetting Krishna conscious children. So that is the understanding, Prabhu. I hope that clarifies.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, yes. The one more confusion is this, Prabhu. Like, yes, the Prajapatis they were given the duty to increase the population. So, what we understand is all the living entities born coming in this material world is due to they were not favorable to Krishna. They were against Krishna, and they wanted to own. They be owners. So for that reason, they were coming. And from my understanding, just to understand, are the Prajapatis when they increase the populations, are those populations also are in the same category like normally what we find in the like we understand that yes we all were against so we were put in this material world, so just to this clarification.
Yeah. Prabhu very rightly pointed out, there are we most of the time speak like that, we are all here because we didn't want to be under Krishna's control. We wanted to be controllers. So Krishna says, Tatastu, go down. There's a place where you can be your own controller. You can be controlling others also if you wish to. But we should also notice that all those people who come down are not only those who are wanting to be controllers. They come down on the orders of Krishna for certain pastimes. For example, Srila Prabhupada made this very clear statement for Jananivas Prabhu and Pankajangri Prabhu, that they are not from this material world. Yeah, they have come just to serve the deities. This is a live example in front of us at Sridham Mayapur, both these brothers are always serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're serving the deities there very nicely. Lord also gets their associates. So if you think that Krishna came and Nanda Baba and Yashoda came, they are not materialistic people. They are not from this world. They came to assist Krishna in performing those pastimes. If you see the acharyas, they are not from this material world and they are not somebody who has gone against the will of Krishna. Krishna requested them, saying that when I take birth, or sorry, Krishna never takes birth, when I appear on the earth, please come and assist me. So they are associates. It is like a king when he is traveling to another country, he takes his associates along with him. Likewise, Krishna, when he comes from the spiritual world to material world to perform certain pastimes, yeah, he comes with his his bandwagon, we can call it, in this one. He comes with his army of devotees to execute those pastimes on this earthly planet. It doesn't necessarily mean that everybody who comes from there is contaminated or he wanted to be a controller. So in the case of great devotees, it is always considered that they come here to execute certain requirements or execute their role in that particular pastime, which is enacted by Krishna on the earthly planet. That's the understanding, Prabhu.
Yeah, very clear, Prabhuji. Very nice, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna. Pranam. Jai.
Thank you very much for your patient hearing. If anybody has a last question, I think we've run out of time. Uh, if there's a last question, we can take. Otherwise, we will complete our session for the morning today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you for your session today. Prabhuji, you spoke about chanting for a long time. Please give us some tips for attentive chanting.
I've heard this from the Vaishnavas and I'm trying to practice. I've heard from the senior devotees as well, saying that the best part is to chant the holy name in the Brahma Muhurta time. That's very important. And in association of devotees. And these days, because sometimes devotees stay away from the, distant from the temple, it may not be possible to come to the temple, but then we have so many Zoom links which are there associated with our temple, with so many other temples that are there. So you should join on a virtual devotee association. Brahma Muhurta time, virtual devotee association. And it is also advised that if one can read one shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam and then start the chanting of the holy name. So His Holiness Danvir Goswami Maharaj, we had the fortunate of having Maharaj stay with us for some time while Maharaj was on a visit to Bangalore. And Maharaj would always read Srimad Bhagavatam before starting his chanting. So that's another area which it is advised that, if we read one or two verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, it will give you that impetus of going ahead with it. So these are few very nice trips, very nice tips, I would say. And if there are a lot of things which are coming to mind, you should stop the mind saying that, hold on, maybe if too many things are happening on the mind, you could just take a paper and a pencil to just write down, because many devotees feel, or some of us feel that, I'll forget if I don't do it now. Don't sit to do that. Don't sit to send a message. Don't sit to compose a mail. Don't sit to, talk to somebody in the morning. Just write on a piece of paper saying that I have to speak to Revati Nandan Prabhu. That's all. And then you know what is there, what you have to speak to Revati Nandan Prabhu, or what you have to speak to Govardhan Prabhu. So just make a note of it and leave it. But that time is dedicated to it. And if you stick to your time, particularly, Brahma Muhurta time, maybe starting at 5 to 7 or 4:30 to 6:30. If you have an exact time every day, I think it helps one in chanting the holy name very nicely and executing his seva to Mahamantra. I hope that clarifies.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Those tips were very nice. The writing of those ideas is very important. Otherwise, it keeps coming back to us, and it bothers also. Next thing is other last question, Prabhuji. What should be our mental status while we are chanting? Like, what are we begging the Lord?
It's just a surrender. Oh, Harinam Prabhu, I am surrendering unto you. I think you are the only savior. I have seen the material world. Nobody could save me. All my education couldn't save me. All my relatives, nobody could save anybody. You're the only savior. So I think if that surrender mood comes to the holy name of the Lord, I think a lot of things are sorted out. So surrender is the basis for our chanting of the holy name. Because we know nothing else can help us in this material world except bhakti. And bhakti starts, the basis of bhakti is chanting the holy name of the Lord.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for explaining very nicely. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you very much. I thank the temple management for giving me this opportunity to speak today on Srimad Bhagavatam. And I seek the blessings of all the Vaishnavas present, online, offline. Please bless me so that I can try and progress in my spiritual life. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Thank you very much. I'll end the session for everybody here. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day.